Welcome to another episode of In Bed with Julia. Welcome, Robin Sidor.
Thank you so much.
Really great to have you here.
Glad to be here.
I really love your outfit.
Thank you. It's a frog.
Oh.
It gets too hot in this, but yeah. So when I go out in town, just hop around.
We gotta give a little wave to everybody.
Hi,
hey Dave, hey Laren.
Laren's old guitar.
Oh, Laren's old guitar. That's right. Oh, we should bring it a little bit front and center. Right. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. So we have some fun things planned for today and some cool stories. Robin has a lot of good stories.
Yeah, they're
and I like to give a little intro on why I do this show. Of course he's in a frog suit. That's funny. We are reading all your comments, so please feel free to comment. So a little bit about why I do this show. You know, as musicians, we're always, it's like content. And a lot of times, like, I don't always look fabulous, and I don't necessarily, like, want a picture of myself online forever. So,
I'm not always in a frog
suit. So I was like, you know, what more fun would it be to just have a pajama party and play music with my friends, like, you know, musicians, that's kind of normally what we do. So I kind of was like, you know, forget the fashion show, here we are on my bed playing music together. So
super comfy too.
Yeah, super comfy. Yeah. And then it's Casper. Shout out to Casper.
And free stuff.
So we have a couple songs planned for you today. I'm gonna work my piano skills, hopefully a little bit. Awesome. So do you have anything to say about yourself?
You covered the basis of us as like songwriters and musicians, and it's nice to have this sort of setting where it's a more raw, real, just
because we're always on display. We're always on, and it's kind of nice to just get together and just shoot the shit and like not be. I mean, we're kind of on, but not really. We don't really care.
Yeah.
So
like with any artist like Dave, Stephanie, photographers, Laren, musicians, so they know.
Yeah.
How you have like.
You always have to have the face on,
exactly,
you know. So we took the face off.
That's right.
And now we're here.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited.
Are you gonna play any originals today?
I might. There's one that I might play, but also another song that kind of inspired my reinvigorated my passion for songwriting, which we can get into that later, and it has to do with my trip to Australia.
That's right. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So do you want to play this song?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna play.
This
a
is
little
our
song. Feel free to sing along. Second time playing it, and my first time on piano. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun. It's the E, the C, then the F, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We got it. Yeah. Cool. You'll probably know it.
Yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne plans they may put an end to you. I walked out this morning, I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I seen fire and I seen rain. I seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Look down upon me, Jesus. Got to help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. 'Cause my body's aching my time is at hand, and not seek it through any other way. 'Cause I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Walking my mind through an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. But there's hours of time on the telephone lines to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground. 'Cause I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. I thought I'd see you one more time again. I thought I'd see you one more time again. And I thought I'd see you one more time again. But I always thought that I'd see you again.
Cool.
Nice. That's a good song.
So
Love
that
that.
was it was Fire and Rain by James Taylor, and he wrote that song about his childhood friend who committed suicide, and he learned about it. So it's a mix between him learning about her death and like Fire and Rain, just like what he's seen, like drugs, rock and roll, like all the stuff that he's
Right.
experienced in the music industry. So
Huh.
it's
You know, I when I was listening to this the other day, I was thinking to myself, I was like, who died? Like, somebody died, and this is because it's such a powerful song.
No, I'm
and
laughing
it has-
because Dave's comments, but that's
Oh.
not, that's not
Robin
good.
is single.
I'm trying to be serious here.
And Laren, this is going to be on YouTube, so you can watch it all later. So you can check out my YouTube page, Julia King Music. Just search that, and all the YouTube videos will come up for this show. And so that's to answer that question. And but yeah, I love that song, and it's so deep, and it kind of it can get you on a lot of different levels, which I feel like good
Yeah.
songwriting is really all about.
And like the produced version, he has like the percussion and the bend in it, so it's a little more upbeat. It's still like somber, but some of his like acoustic versions live are just incredible.
He's
Amazing.
just got the voice of like an angel.
Yeah, and he can like bring you into his world and like make you feel what.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we strive to do.
Right. As a
songwriters.
songwriter, as a performer, like there's a great country song where it's like, what is it? Can you make folks cry when you play and sing? And I think it's like a Hank Williams song or something like that. And but that's really what it is. Like, can you make people feel what you're doing? And that is like when people are like, oh my God, like you opened your mouth and I just started crying. I was like, thank you. That is like the best compliment you can ever give a singer. And you know, because it's like I made you feel something without you know. So.
And and sad songs, like I write a lot of like not really happy upbeat songs, but like songs that are they pull from different emotions, different times in your life, which aren't always the most joyful, but you write songs to heal, like it's your way of healing.
It's your way of being like therapeutic. That's why my next album, I'm calling it radio therapy. Cool. Because it's like for me, And like you were saying, music is my therapy. That's how I get all my emotions out. It's how I share my, inner feelings with the world, which is why music is so personal. And it's good. It's funny. John DeBello, who was on last week, we were at a bar one time, and I don't know why we always talk about music and songs and stuff. And whatever we all do when we see each other. And he's like, I've been in a rut. And I'm like, me too. And he's like, because you know what? John Prine said it the best. He's just like, nobody stops at a party and sits down and says, you know what? I'm going to write a song. You don't write songs when you're happy and you're having a good time. You write songs when you're sad and you're messed up and you're depressed and like shit's going wacky. Right. And either you write a happy song to make yourself feel better, or you write a sad song to get those emotions out.
Yeah.
And,
there's usually like some sort of escapism, so you can, exactly, just heal yourself, pull them out. You can write happy songs, but usually it's retrospective. It's about you're just in a happy mood and you're like let's hang out.
Let's go get a drink. I don't want to sit down and write a song.
It's funny, in the vein of songwriting, and like, you can like force yourself to sit down and try to write a song, but it never flows the way you want it to. So I always write in pieces, like whenever I'm inspired. And before Tom Petty passed, obviously there was an interview, and he was saying the way he writes songs is just like that. He'll never make himself write a song. He'll write a little bit and then go back to it. And some songs take like months and months and months for them to even be finished. Yeah, no,
it's so true. Like, you have to have that focus and that inspiration. Writing a song takes so much emotional energy. Like for me, I don't know what type of songwriter. I mean, we kind of been discussing it, but like my songs are based on emotions. Like I write a lot of like, they can be sexy emotions, they could be sad, they can be whatever, but they're very emotionally driven. And a lot of times, like just like an actress or anyone in the performing arts, you have to like go there.
Yeah.
And so like it can take a lot out of you, and you don't necessarily want to do it around people because you might start crying because you just have to manifest those feelings, in order to go into the song and get deep and so it takes a lot. That's why you can't force it, because you really have to be ready to go down the dark hole of the songwriting.
Like consciously.
You're like, I might ruin my entire day doing this, but it's gonna be great.
I think of like some of the best actors in the world, like Heath Ledger. I was just watching interviews on him, and for like the Batman movie he was in as the Joker,
right.
And the whole cast was where they were saying like he was always in character, always like very method. Whenever he was in his makeup, when he took it off, he was like his normal happy self. But that's like, that can be a bit of a step over, like being so full time in that emotion.
You can go cuckoo. You can drive yourself crazy. So, on another note, I know that you recently bought a van.
I did.
And you also did some traveling and busking through Australia. So busking, if anyone doesn't know,
I didn't know the tournament's a lot.
So you sing for tips, you sing for money, you set up, you have a little hat or a little box, street performer, So tell us about your experience busking, because that's cool. That's something that I'm so like weird about, but I feel like it's kind
tough.
of
it definitely it shapes you in a different way. So I moved to Australia a few years back. First for like a wine production job, and then like I stayed around to explore the music scene, and went to open mics, and like there's a really good community there in the city I was in, which is Melbourne, which is like I think 2 million people. It's like a big small town. Great culture, great vibe, amazing musicians, and it's kind of like the North Fork, but on a bigger scale. The way like the community is, and there's like camaraderie. No one's really competing with one another. We all support one another. So that's what I felt when I was there. And busking was a big part of like the music scene, because it's in this city located around the water, and like there's different malls and shops and lots of tourism, so you make a lot of money doing that. And so yeah, I just had to try it. And it's so weird, like when you go to a gig or even playing like a cover gig at like wineries and bars and whatnot,
Right.
You know your place, like you know you're either in the forefront,
Right.
People are there listening to you and singing along,
Or you're in the background.
or your ambient music. But there it's like, it's almost like it's like a sales job, and people, you'll play during like rush hour when they're getting off work. No one wants to like stop and listen.
Right.
So it can like take a toll.
It takes a toll on you, right?
If you take it personally. But the times when they do stop and stay and like take your card or like give you some tips,
some money,
it's like it's worth it for just that little bit of like, not
of
validation, but yes, validation.
It's validation, 100% validation, because all musicians, like we were saying, you're like pouring your heart out, especially if you care about what you're doing. Like you are pouring your heart out to your audience, and like when you don't even get an applause or like or a nod or like a thumbs up or anything, like you're just like, everything I'm doing is in vain, you know? And it's really draining, because it's like last night I had a gig at the Halyard, and I kind of hit a wall, and I was like fire on the first set, and then like I hit a wall, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to take even more energy, because I have to fake this. Like I have to put extra energy to act like I'm energetic, and like it takes so much out of you. And then like in the first set everyone was clapping, and then like the younger crowd never, like they'll sing along to every word of the song you're covering, and then they won't clap. And it's like, that is so rude. Like at least like a little you know, would make me feel good,
because it's a conditional thing that you try not to make it that way, but when you're playing, you feed off the energy of the crowd.
You feed off the energy of the crowd. You need it, because you're putting so much energy out there that you need to get some back. You know, because if you don't, you're just draining. And so aside from that, tell us about your van. So you bought a van. What are you planning on doing with that?
So my intent was, I'm selling the van.
Oh, you're selling. Oh, okay. We're selling the van.
So I planned on converting it into like a mobile, like living space and recording studio, and traveling around the States, and you know, busking, booking gigs in different cities. But I'm kind of over it. I'm still gonna travel, but not living in a van. Yeah. I'll live in fancy hotels. And
there you go.
Do that.
Do it up.
I'm gonna get a Jeep Wrangler and just like ride around. With
Airbnb it, or couch surfing is also a fun way to meet like people. And stay in like decent accommodations and stuff like that. But that's fun. You're very adventurous when it comes to stuff like that, which I admire.
I like to have a plan or have something, a backup, but also I like to be impulsive.
Which is good. That's good. It's good to be, you know, have a plan, but also let yourself fly with the wind a little bit.
Are you looking there? Or are you looking there?
I don't know. I'm kind of looking both places, because I'm reading. Hi, Sean. Hi, Anne. So should we play another one?
Yeah.
Do you have any originals you want to play? I have some originals.
Go for it. Yeah, play one.
This is an easy one. Maybe. Well, I mean, that's never easy if you're like.
Do you know K-pop?
I don't tune anything up, so it's probably fine. But.
So
you know, in the meantime, while I just tune this up, let's talk a little bit about, you know, what's your favorite gear? Because musicians are all about the gear. You know, what cool shit do you have? What, you know, guitar is your favorite?
I tend to be a bit of a brand whore. So
I like that.
Like Taylor is one of my favorites. This is my child that I'm holding right here. Taylor, I like Martin's too.
I think I remember when you got that guitar.
Yeah, it was. I've had a bunch of like Taylor minis that I've taken across the world, because they're like good travel guitars. You can put in like the top. I am a tourist. I have gotten the invite. Yeah, I like.
So he's a Taurus and he's single.
Yeah,
Just so
we're
everyone
covering all
knows.
the bases. So this is a mahogany body guitar, and mahogany tends to lend a bit more warmth to the sound. Can be somewhat boxy, but this is like, I've had a lot of guitars that I've tried, and like just you try to find your sound, and it can take a few.
I've definitely gone through a bunch of cheap guitars, and then finally was like, I gotta save my money and buy something nice.
Yeah.
And I played my old producer's Guild, and I don't know what it was about that guitar, but I was like, I am in love.
Was that the semi-hollow?
No, this was just an acoustic I played at my first show at the Stephen Talk House.
Sweet.
So my first show there, I had this ghetto like Alvarez, not to hate on Alvarez, they're great, but like he was like, you should have a guitar that sounds a little bit better, why don't you use mine? And he had a regular acoustic electric Guild, and I just loved it. They're bassier, like they just have like a bassier sound, which I with my voice I like to have that, you know, it's just kind of like a fuller sound, some depth. And so then, you know, after using that, I was like, I gotta save my money and I gotta buy something. But instead of buying an acoustic, I bought this really sick T50 Slim, which is a semi-hollow body.
That's
1964.
Yeah. Did you go?
That's
did you take the ferry over and get that?
No, he sent it to me.
Oh.
I stole that guitar. I really did. And thank you for the guy who sold it to me, because I really got a good deal on that. He gave me a brand new case too. Cases are expensive, so like never steal a musician's case.
Don't say that on live television. He'll try to get you for some more money.
Oh God, I know. Well, it's too late now.
Too late. It's here.
But so this is so I bought this from Laren, the lovely Laren. She was getting rid of it. This is a parlor size, which honestly, it sounds so good. Acoustic, awesome. And it sounds great through a PA. So now it's become like my go-to guitar, because the T50 Slim, as much as I love it and I love having it, it's just, I have to bring an extra amp. I have to, you know, cart around. It's also delicate, and I don't want to, delicate-ish. I just don't want to overuse it.
Yeah.
But I was playing that all the time for a long time, until I realized it sounded like shit through my PA, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. What other gear? What kind of amps do you like? What's your PA system like?
I have a few different setups. Like there's my small coffee shop setup, which is it's this German amplifier. It's like what is it? It's a guitar and mic sort of amp, 60 watts. It's an AER. Actually, John DeVella plays one, and he like inspired me to get one, because it's just so powerful, so compact that you take them anywhere.
Yeah.
And
that's easy, especially when you're playing tight bars like Bricks and Ryan, stuff like that. You need a system that can be compact and you can squeeze you into a corner and still sound great.
Yeah, and it's great. It cuts through crowd noise and resonates too. But I also have a larger speaker. It's a Yamaha. It's like 1,000 watt. So I hooked that up to a mixer. So that's like my PA for like outdoor gigs and such. Nice. Yeah, it varies. It depends on the setting, the space. Nice. But yeah, I'll spend a bit more to get like the quality that I'm after.
Now I'm learning. It's just like you just spend the money, because you're gonna end up spending double if you get something cheap.
Yeah.
And so you might as well like just go for it.
And you'll justify it with the gigs, like the paid gigs. It'll pay for itself.
Totally, absolutely, over time. Like I bought this. I've been trying to learn piano for a long time, because I'm definitely a more linear person, and the piano is so much easier to pick up than the guitar is like totally abstract to me. And I can play, but I'm never gonna rip like Greg McMullen. And so I have a Vox Continental, so it's like an organ. It's also can be a MIDI for when I make my little studio.
Yeah, awesome.
So it has all these cool sounds. It's got great organ
full size
sounds.
Too.
Yeah, it's like almost full size, but it's super light. So shout out to Vox Continental, because this is a great piano. It's like 15 pounds. Sweet. It's like so light and really easy to carry and hopefully play out when I get good. I'm getting good, guys. So eventually it'll be piano and guitar. Really mix it up.
Awesome.
All right, so this next song, I wrote this. It's pretty easy. It's just like G, fourth fret capo, and then it's G, E minor. So it's, and then it goes, and the only other notes are, it's like
A minor, D.
A minor, and D.
Cool.
Those are the only notes. But you'll see the rhythm after the first verse and chorus, and then you can go do whatever the hell you want.
Sweet.
There's even shakers and shit if you wanna
Oh yeah.
shake it up. This song is called Best Life, and I wrote this song. So if anyone would like to buy this song from me and record it and sell a lot of records, you're welcome to do that. But it's actually going to be on my record, coming out in August, September. I was talking about that. It's going to be called Radiotherapy, and this is called Best Life.
Awesome.
Tried to make me my whole life. I'm a bad girl, misunderstood. Won't be quiet when you say I should. Don't be offended if I disagree. We're all entitled to whatever we believe. I make you nervous, you're so concerned. This rebel heart has got a fire to burn, free and easy. I don't think twice. I'm living my best life. I'm a bad girl, take your time. I'm in no hurry for the finish line. I got forever to get it right. Face, or if somebody's put me in my place. I make you nervous, you're so concerned. This rebel heart has got a fire to burn, free and easy. I don't think twice. I'm living my best life. I make you nervous, you're so concerned. This rebel heart has got a fire to burn, free and easy. I don't think twice. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life.
Sweet. Awesome.
Nice. You got a lot of comments over there. Madison loves your PJs. She said, "Is it Yoshi?"
It's a frog.
Just do a little.
I have a.
It's a frog.
Yeah. I have little
Maybe a
flippers.
snake. Oh, look at your hand.
I play.
Oh, that's so funny.
I just can't play.
Here, use a pick. Oh. Oh, this is good.
It works.
Show us your frog. That's great. Oh man. Let's see. What time do we have here? Oh, well. Do we have any last things to?
Oh, what time is it?
Well, it's 11 o'clock. We can continue for a little bit.
Oh, so.
What? Oh, do you have any? Okay, so do you have any upcoming gigs? Or anywhere? Do you have a website? Do you have an Instagram, a YouTube?
Yeah, I have Instagram. It's at Robin Sidor Music.
Great.
Really hot. And I have a link to my SoundCloud page there, and there's a website in the works.
Great.
As well as a YouTube channel. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
It's all coming this summer, and an EP that I'm working on as well.
Awesome. Yes, that's good. I didn't
So-
know that. That's great. EP.
Oh yeah, it's yeah, I'm gonna do it myself.
Nice.
Kind of like a demo style, but it's I've never done any sort of like sound engineering. So
Sweet.
it's
Well, I'm taking a Pro Tools course, so let me know.
Sweet.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you need any help or if you need any backup singers or anything like that.
Of course, yeah.
Happy to do it. What was I gonna say? When's your next gig?
Next Thursday, I'm playing at Prohibition Kitchen. It's in Port Jeff. Really cool, like speakeasy sort of bar restaurant.
Port Jeff.
Port Jeff, yeah. It's
Okay.
right on Main
Port
Street.
Jeff, Main Street, Prohibition Kitchen.
It's cool. And
Just you or is
just me, yeah.
Okay.
Solo.
Nice.
And it's they do all like local North Fork. I think I inhaled some frog.
Oh no.
Like North Fork wines and spirits, and like it's very it's cool.
Nice. All right. Well, sweet. So follow Robin Sidor at Robin
Yes.
Sidor Music. I'm at Julia King Music across all platforms. Keeping it simple. JuliaKingMusic.com. So in closing, why don't you rock out? Play whatever
Cool.
song you love, and I'll see if I can maybe shake along
Please
to
do,
it.
yeah.
I'm
So
not the best shaker, but I try.
So this is a song. It's by another artist, but it got me back into songwriting. So when I was in Australia, I was working in wine and doing production. Like if you're been behind the scenes or worked in like a winery, it's can I curse?
You can curse. I've cursed like 8 times.
It's hard work and just like grueling hours.
Yeah.
You're always covered in water or dirt or whatever.
Musk.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Pumice.
Yeah, everything that you can imagine. So I was home, my home there, after like a long day, long night, and just like really just tired, just not really feeling it. And I was just going through YouTube, watching different like videos and songwriting stuff, and I came across this video. It's a music video by this musician called Passenger. He writes that song "Let Her Go."
Yeah.
And I loved him too. Before I was in Australia, I was going through a breakup, and that was like, as we're talking about music and therapy, his album just like got me through the whole thing. So it was a video with him and my other guilty pleasure man crush, Ed Sheeran. So he's like,
I love. Oh, I just love
the
him.
two of them.
His voice is just beautiful.
It's amazing
It's
too.
just beautiful.
And he's so
He's a good
too
songwriter.
talented. So they do a song. It's called "Hearts on Fire," and that got me into.
My heart's always on
writing.
fire.
Sorry. Here we go.
Right. I don't know. It's over.
Well, I don't know how and I don't know why, but when something's living when you can't see it dying, you feel like laughing but you start to cry. Don't know how and I don't know why. Well, I don't have many and I don't have much. In fact, I don't have any, but I've got enough. 'Cause I know those eyes and I know that touch. I don't have many and I don't have much. Oh, darling, my heart's on fire. And oh, darling, my heart's on fire.
Yeah.
And oh, darling, my heart's on fire. don't know where and I don't know when.
Of course.
And oh, darling, my heart's on fire. And oh, darling, my heart's on fire. And oh, darling, my heart's on fire. You know those love songs break your heart. You know those love songs break your heart. You know those love songs break your heart. Oh, darling, my heart's on fire. 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 Oh, darling, my heart's on fire.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool. Good stuff.
That was so nice. I love harmonizing with you.
Yeah.
That's so great.
That was cool jumping in. Never done that.
Yay. I know. See, it's so much fun to get together and just
Yeah.
practice because harmonizing is not something I'm super strong with. So I love to.
Oh, you nailed
The
it.
only way you get good at it is practicing. So I'm so happy to have friends come over and join me in my bed and
Thank you
practice.
so much. Yeah.
So thank everyone for joining and tune in next week. We actually have a special guest, Madison Fender. She is not a musician.
Oh,
she is
wow.
an artist, and but she's a dancer. So we could get a little weird in here, and so it's gonna be. But she's also a big fan of mine, so we'll be playing a lot of original music, some cool covers, and having a good time. All right, thanks for joining.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.